Hello, this is Hi Bob War Bob, and let's play some Ultimate General Civil War. Hello, and welcome to another episode of War Bob Plays. So, today we are going to be playing the next battle, and that is going to be Cold Harbor. We're going to be using our first corps and a whole lot of infantry. We're actually going to be using a bunch of artillery today. It's crazy times are about to abound. So, we're going to bring in 6 units of artillery, a unit of cav, and a unit of snipers. No infantry in this first phase. Basically, the number one goal is just to take out their artillery, get on to the next phase. We have 0 men left in our manpower pool, 200 grand. We are going to be taking all the money out of our supply wagons that we don't need. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in the Junkie Corps instead of Third Corps so we can drain all of its money out and hopefully get Junkie Corps another supply wagon so we can get 2 supply wagons in a couple of these, because that would be really cool. Okay. Basically, what units these guys have in them doesn't even matter. You're going to get a chance after the first phase, before the second day even happens, to change whatever you need, and then before the second day happens, then you can change everything again. So we'll have plenty of chances to get everything exactly how we want it for each phase. As far as I can tell, it's just like Gettysburg. First Corps goes on the right flank, Second Corps goes in the center, and the Junk Corps goes on the left flank. So first is right flank, then left flank, and then I think left flank and center, and then there's one with like all of them, I think. I mean, obviously we're going to experience this together. Let's get started. I will go ahead and get my units set up, and I will be right back. Here we are, ready for the beginning of the battle now. Went ahead and dubbed this over. So basically the goal is to get around them. I'm going to go ahead and put both of those to run away, because we don't need them. Put one of them to run away? I guess I didn't put the other one to run away. That's fine. So we took a shot there. It's fine. Hopefully we won't take too many more shots. At least that's the goal. We want everybody attacking that artillery unit as long as we can see them. We get our unit down there seen kind of on purpose, just to kind of draw eyes away from everybody else. We are going with our cav all the way up the side here. Trying to get around behind them. We'll capture the supply wagons, as well as this will allow us to get vision on a lot of their artillery in here. This was pretty much pioneered by Pandakraut, at least as far as I know. That is who I am using for this, at least. Just lighten up their cav there, which is great times. We do get seen just for a second there as we cross that. And then, of course, you want to tell your guys to stop being cavalry, because if you don't, they will get seen. And obviously that would be bad. So now we get great vision on them, and we're basically just waiting for them now to come down and try to challenge us. We're just waiting to see. Yep, there they are. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get a shot on there. Yep, I went ahead and got a shot. Or 2. Did I get 2? Nope. I was a chicken, which is okay. No harm in being a chicken whenever that comes to that. So basically we're just getting out of their way, letting them get down here, and we'll go up around and get behind them. Went ahead and told my artillery to all stop firing, because there's no reason for them to fire right now. Looks like we did shatter a unit. I can see it running away there. Should have obviously had them become cavalry a little bit sooner. Get the supply wagons to the corner. Captured the last supply wagon. And send it to the corner as well. Have that guy come back over. Gotta be careful. There is next to that general there is a sniper in that little fortification there a lot of the time, so that can be pretty deadly, and you do not want to get shot a bunch by that, like we just did. You know, it's probably not the best idea. So we're able to get unseen, luckily, while still keeping eyes on all of their artillery, which is great because they have a lot of artillery here, and you can see how outnumbered we are because all we brought is artillery. It's not good. We would be in very big trouble if we actually tried to fight this, or if they rushed us. Either one. But they don't, so we are definitely able to take advantage of that. Went ahead and ran away our last supply wagon. That means we'll get another supply wagon for tomorrow that we can fill up with as much as we want, or as little. It means that we'll spend a little bit more money, but we'll get another supply wagon later on, so we'll come out ahead in the end. I don't mind spending an extra little bit of money just to get another supply wagon. Looking at how much artillery is left, there's not a whole lot left, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. So we're going to switch to another guy because the other one will basically just be able to die just from taking collateral damage. There it is. Looking at the numbers, I think I just saw that there was... It went really fast. I didn't actually see. I cannot see very well on this, I will admit. I was basically just walking forward, making sure that there's nothing else in there that I want to get a shot at. There isn't anything. I looked, there's 0 now. I could have saved those cavalrymen and not had them be stupid there. Go ahead and hit their... I thought about hitting their general there, but I was a little late on the draw. So we're just going to run out of time here. And I will see you in the next bit. Hello. We're on to part 2. So this is going to be the Junkie Corps show. So we've got 2 units of snipers, which are going to come in really clutch in this battle. And then just a bunch of infantry. We're just going to bring in a few units of infantry. And these guys, we've turned down our supplies for this one. We've turned down our supplies for that one. And we've brought our supply up a little for this one, because whenever we got out of that battle, it was down to 2,500. So we went ahead and turned it up just to 15,000 just to give us a little bit of supply. But we really emptied out a lot of the other ones. So it cost us a little bit of money. We lost 70,000 by running those away the first day, but we gained 70,000 here, 35,000 there, 15,000 there, and 25,000 here. And we're just going to run this one away as well. Okay. Without any further ado, let's get into it. And I will be back whenever all of my units are set up and ready to go. You guys have a good one. Bye. So this one isn't real exciting. So our goal here is that somehow our snipers can get a flanking shot on that unit in the fortifications up there, which makes 0 sense whatsoever. But since it happens, we might as well take advantage of it, is all I can say about that. Like, why not? So here we just hold down there just so that they don't try to sneak up on us down there. They never do, but just in case, we can't afford to lose the flag. So you have to not only capture a flag here, but you have to run the capture timer all the way down to 0, or you lose the battle, period. So you only have so long to capture one before you just lose. Period. Nothing you can do. So we get both of these snipers up here firing at them. And we move up more units behind. And we make a mistake. Here. They get a shot in at us. And our guys don't even realize that they can even fire. So, yeah. Not fun there. For sure. But immediately we go ahead and our snipers run them off a little bit. We got to make sure not to move too far over, because if we do, we'll get shot from behind by the other guy, and we don't want that. We want our snipers to move up and shoot them instead. That's the goal. You got to be careful not to move your snipers up too far. If you do, they will get in trouble real fast. There's some weird things about this area where you can get shot from a really long distance away, but at the same time, like, there's also a really large area for melee. So like while running up this slope here, you can be in melee and then you won't be able to fire at the enemy. Well, that's really bad, because right here you count as flanking, so you really want to fire at them. You do not want to be in melee with them, because that is just not good for you. Will never be good for you in this case. We are going to lose a few more snipers than I would have liked, just because it's kind of the nature of snipers being used in this kind of fashion. Not a whole lot I can do there. I could have been more careful with them, could have been, I don't know, more safe. But overall, I feel like it went really, really well. And there's just not a whole lot you can do about this kind of thing. The losses that you take are just losses that you're going to take. There's nothing you can do about it. So we already got them flashing, so I went ahead and told everybody not to fire. The whole reason for that is because I wanted to be in a position to break them from really close, so as to get a better shot on them, not tire out my guys as much, and see, we even got 2 shots because we broke them from closer up, which works out really well for me. Feel like we really had a pretty good run at them here. They obviously are moving other units over to intercept, and we have to be real careful here, because we're likely to get into melee and have a bunch of weird stuff happen if we are not careful. But with 2 units there, they're able to get them broken fast enough that it just doesn't matter. They do have several units that come in down here in the south, so you have to be careful about that. That is the reason why I'm pulling units back, but I also don't want them to get a foothold in the forest up there, so you just got to send men up there to hold the forest to keep them from getting into it to begin with. Now, obviously, we did not get as good a hit on that second unit there that I would have liked, which therefore means that we are now in a position of trouble. We took a few losses there with our snipers, which I'm not real excited about, but there's just not a whole lot you can do there. So I was able to get kind of around them a bit here. I kept trying to keep them from being able to ever focus down my guy. And see, this is why hold position is so good. It's because actually getting them to get into position and hold there is really strong whenever it comes to keeping units from doing things that are stupid. So here, I don't want that unit facing that direction. I want it facing for the guys that are coming in next. So you have to pause the game and put it on hold, or it will always turn. It's dumb. So we run away our supply wagon. Got 18 minutes left. I'm not sure if he actually gets away or not. Should have ran him away quite a bit earlier. We are going to lose a few hundred men here and there, but for the most part, it's going to go pretty well. So we're going to swing those guys down to the south, have those guys swing up. We do take a few more hits here than I would have liked. I feel like I could have been a little bit more strategic with this. I thought that one of the units would come in lower and one of the units would come in right there, and I'd have more of a chance. The other problem is that my sniper to the north couldn't get in a position because the unit up in the north was, firing at them, which kind of puts a damper on things like this. Then we got the problem of now that units, they just all act crazy. There's nothing you can do about that. So basically now I'm worried that they're going to try to overrun my sniper, which is just great. So we tell him not to fire because we really want him to move as fast as possible, and that is that. Moving on to the next day. Well, this has been a blast. Hope you guys have had as much fun as I've had. I'll see you again in the next episode. You guys have a good one,